Welcome to what psolids. Oh God, psolids. Oh, what are the options? You got psolids, you got countertops, and slabs. I guess that's the difference. Yeah. So anyway, this is for Kilgore Trout, who reminded me of this, and someone actually asked about this. And you got a slab right here, right? Shift G, and looking at the differences between p-solid slabs and countertops. And someone was asking about this the other day, and that is, can you put a molding around a p-solid or a slab? This is a slab. When I usually do this, have about 48 and 48. That's a solid, right? And that's one way of doing it, Shift F6. What I always do, and I just got in the habit of it, I don't know why I do it this way, Shift P. I just got back from vacation. And I do this, break it 3, and then I do this, and then I convert this to I convert it to a p-solid, or I could convert it to a sidewalk. I don't care. And it's going to be 48 and 48, 48 and 48, same thing. It's the same thing, okay? But now this is something that, here's something here. Now this is something Kilgore Trout said, and it really is kind of clever, actually. 3 bump, break this. And now I didn't draw a slab. I'm not going to convert this into a p-solid. What I'm going to do is I'm going to convert this into a countertop. And the advantage of making this a countertop, and I'm not sure, I'm going to check this out, 36, I'm going to make it 36 inches tall, and I'm going to add a molding, add new molding, user catalog. The difference between this is you can add moldings to countertops. Isn't that cool? So the question is my moldings, molding number 1, okay, and I'm going to locate that molding. It's going to be about 4, and it's 0 to the top. No, about 4 inches. It should be 4 inches to the top. Okay, and then I'm going to add a new one, molding number 2, and this is going to be, I think Bill's already done this actually, 12 and 24, and it's to the bottom, and it's going to be 4. Cancel. Okay. Now that's what I'm doing here is I'm adding moldings to a p-solid. That's all I'm doing. And obviously I don't know what I'm doing on this. The vertical should be minus 4. I don't know which one. Oh, there you go. How about I think I did this wrong. Molding 1, molding 2. I don't know. How about this? How about 6 and 6? I don't know which molding I'm messing around with right now. There it is, right there. Oh, that's sort of funny, isn't it? I thought I had them both to the top. I guess I obviously don't understand this. Cancel. Take that. Okay, so now I take this and molding number 1. What's the material on molding number 1? That's the color bone. Okay, so it's molding number 2 I want to mess with. Molding number 2, 4 inches to the bottom. How about minus 24? It should drop down. Yeah, there it is. Drop down. So it's always measured from the top. Is that what I'm seeing? This is 4, and suppose I make this at 0. Okay, now that's at 0. I get that. Now I'm molding number 1, vertical to the top. How about 4? It's going to go above or below? It went above. Make it minus 4. I drop it below. And so now this is, I mean, you can imagine this could be a column, right? You can make this a column. And here's something now. If I open this up, this is something I'm thinking. Display molding edges. Okay. Now I'm displaying the molding edges. I guess I'm showing both of them, but I wouldn't want to do that. I don't think I'd want to do that. This is the countertop, and I'm showing the molding edges. I mean, how often do you want to show the molding edges? I don't think you do you? So, I mean, this is kind of cool. I think someone was asking about this, about soffits and putting moldings on soffits. Well, instead of using a soffit tool or a psolid tool or a slab tool, use a countertop. You can make it however tall you want, right? And then if you don't want, if you don't want open, if you don't want, I don't want a molding on that edge. Now I don't have a molding on that edge. Now here's the problem with that, though. I see that right now, and that is you get this 45-degree angle. And I think one way I was thinking about this is like a hearth or something. If I wanted a hearth for a fireplace, I'd probably use a countertop, actually, and I haven't even been doing that. So I'd convert this into a countertop, okay? And it would be a 12-inch high hearth, and it'd be 4 inches thick. There's my hearth. Now think about this. Actually, how else would I do this? I got to think. If you want a hearth and you want to show I don't know. It just, hold on, let me think, stop. Okay, this is what I was thinking of. That's the top of my hearth, right? Now I want to draw the base of my hearth. Open, molding, add new molding, user catalog, my moldings, number 1, okay. And I'm going to, now think about this. The height is, it's going to be 8 inches high. The width is going to be, I really don't care about the width, 3. And the material is going to be plan material, and that plan about stucco. Go back to molding, and it's going to be offset. What, -4? -4 to the top. Now let's see what we got. Yes, perfect. But really, what I want to do is I want to offset the horizontal -4. There. See that? Now what you're looking at, you're actually looking at the top of you're looking at the top of the hearth. You're looking at you're looking at the top of the hearth. And if you actually want to see the base of the hearth, now you got to come back here and add a dashed line in there. You got what I'm saying? And that would represent the base, which is actually the molding. And so I wouldn't want to do that, I don't think. So if I select this, open, and general, display molding edges, I bet I'm going to see, check that out. I didn't see it in there, did I? If I get rid of the fill, what happens if I get rid of the fill? I don't have a fill on there. Check that out, man. Suppose I come over here to the molding, instead of -4, I make it a +4. That's not right. Control Z. Sorry, I did that backwards. I got to do the horizontal offset. So if I select this thing, horizontal offset, make that 8. Now watch what happens. There you go. I mean, I don't know if you want to do that or not. I don't think I would. In fact, what I'd like to, I actually, you know what I'd like to do, -4. I'd really like to see, and now it's disappeared because it's underneath it. It's underneath it. And actually, the best way to do a hearth would be making out of a cabinet, a U 12 inches tall, making it 12 inches tall, you know. And now, here's my hearth. That's my hearth, right? Get rid of the cabinet doors and stuff, and that could be a hearth if I wanted it to be. And it would actually read very well in plan view. I could see the edge of the hearth, the top edge of the hearth, and then I could see the base of the hearth, which is a dashed line, so you could dimension to the dashed line. Now, the problem with this is if you want some kind of a funny shape, it doesn't give you the same flexibility as this countertop. This countertop that will have a different shape to it. You know, you start going to these angles, and you know how complicated sometimes it is to mess around with the, see, now maybe you want an odd-shaped hearth, and you can do that. The point of this is, If you want to have a P-solid with moldings on it, and if you want this to be a column, say, height is, no, general, 8 foot tall. Thickness is 8 foot. And now you got a column with a couple of jiggity jaggies around it, or some decoration and stuff. And I wouldn't show the moldings in plan view, because I mean, how often do you show moldings in plan view? So I would not display molding edges, and I just show the column. But you can just decorate the column up with all sorts of stuff, and you can really sort of kind of get creative, I think. In that, let me try one more thing. Open molding, add new molding. I don't know if I have an angled molding or not. How about this? Okay, and it's going to be 10 feet tall, 4 vertical. Vertical would be, I don't know, U, molding number 3. Oh, the vertical. This is what I want. It's got to be 8 foot. Yeah, and so now, see, and instead of using this, you can use a tapered molding. You can use a tapered molding and have a tapered column. It's made out of the moldings, right? You know, you can angle it or taper it or whatever. So that's sort of kind of, I mean, you can make it out of moldings too, but this is where it's sort of just all connected to one. And if you change the shape, the advantages of this is if you change the shape of this thing, the moldings go with it. Whereas if you use a piece solid for the column and then you put another molding around it to get your different details, you'd have to edit not only the column itself but the molding deal itself. This way you don't. So just thinking, that's it. This is Kilgore Trout's idea. I wish he'd post more. I think he knows a lot of stuff. That's the end.